screen to see which currency I want to talk about. Can you guys, can everybody hear me okay? If you guys can, just type in yes, one, anything. So we can start. All right. Well, the chart that I have up at the moment is the EUR/USD. And we can switch over, going back and forth. At the moment, I want to go over basically the daily chart. And also I want to be specific, I want to get specific on like one indicator at a time. Now what we're looking at is a daily chart. It's showing that we are currently long. These candles are some work candles. You can actually see the price action in all of them. We started going long in the daily. In the EUR/USD, pricing was 31.97 when we flipped going long on a daily. So it's been some days now, and I think we started going long. Cobra put us long right here at 31, no, sorry, my bad, at 30.59. That's when we started going long. That's when Cobra said that we are actually long in the daily. And if you guys can tell also, the moment that we turn long, actually high and low didn't even confirm yet. It was still waiting for better price action. So it wasn't until just right there onto this registering that we actually are long. And this is the 60 minutes. That's what we're looking at right now. This is the most immediate time right now, the most important thing, the 60 minutes. We've been long now in the EUR/USD. We've been long for quite some time now. We started going long at 30.35. For some reason, I've been like going with over these charts, but for some reason they're not plotting correctly. Can you guys give me one quick second? Because I don't think they are plotting correctly. 31.97. 31.97. Okay, there you go. Because I was missing this. So anyhow, let's move forward. So right now we just long. It's just been ranging for the last, I don't know, the last few hours. But we had a very big move on the hour chart on the EUR/USD. It started going long right here. And if you're paying attention to Cobra, it hasn't broken. As long as it put us long, we stay long. It's been long ever since then. We've had some small movement right there where it ranged out. It did not break Cobra. We just stick with it. Actually, I'm bringing out a new platform which could be released in the next couple of days, which is much faster than this, which could have taken us, which could show you guys all of the short, and Cobra would have gone short, but about like 5 hours, for about 5 hours. But the crazy thing is, Cobra would have changed going short, but it only paid about 6 pips. So I'm just trying to decide which is better, keeping Cobra moving a lot slower, but however, it never changes. Like right here, Cobra stayed long, the candles are on top. That means you don't have to worry about your trade. There is nothing to it. And if you're looking at it right here also, high and low confirm, it was really, really big. So it met all the threshold. If you're sitting there, you're taking this trade, you don't have to worry about a thing. You can actually sit there, take all your trades, not worry about it. And as it's pushing up, it just stayed with you. But so once you started ranging, and this is what you have to start looking out for, as pricing, even though those bars look big, but the big movement, it seems like it was right here. That's when it's telling you it's coming. Price kept going on, and if you went in right here, and that's what the automated system does. Right here at the beginning will get you into this trade at 30.28. And if you look at it, I think the highest that we went to today was I think we've been at 32.18. That was the highest price that we've gone to. So if you stayed and followed Cobra and you do not deviate, you do not get scared no matter what happens, you stay on and you hold on to this trade, you'll be making some serious money. So this is what this is designed for. And the cool thing, the great thing about this for me is I like looking at this chart right here, the ocean. So if you're looking at it, at the moment I have it pointing, it's kind of like flat almost. It's neither, it's not up, it's not totally down. But so what that's, you know, for me, if I'm looking at this correctly, what I'll be thinking is that it's been long for quite some time. It hasn't taken any serious breath yet. Once it crosses going to like maybe 132, it might go to maybe 132.40, 132.30. And I think at that point we might have a pullback, especially for the Euro USD. I've been following it right these days to see how far they're going to take it with all the problems that they're going to they are having. I don't know if they're going to take it all the way to like 133.50, but we're just going to keep an eye and see what the system tells us. So right now, today, I want to talk about the effect of Cobra. This line right here, once Cobra turn, it tells you are short, like just like when we were short right here. That means you're short. There is no long to be taken. You cannot deviate. You cannot, you know, convince yourself that, oh my God, we're short, this is going to turn long. No, it's not going to turn long. As long as it puts you short, you're staying short. And when it turns going long, you have to respect that. If you do not respect Cobra, you will lose. I can say this because every single time I disrespect Cobra, I have lost. At the moment, as I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the ocean right here. The candles are below the means. So that means the likelihood of it pushing going long is very strong because there is more room for it to go up. And the ocean is also pointing up slightly. So it's not a very steep, it's not pointing straight up. So I'm not expecting a very strong move. I'm expecting it to be slow. I mean, like not a huge move, not a 100 pip move, maybe 50 pips. That might take it to like 131, I mean 130 to 50, pull back, sit, and then that's all I'm expecting based on what I'm looking at. The next thing I want to talk about is how everything match. Everything has to be in sync when we're trading. Right here, if you're looking at stealth, it rises to show you, but it's a little bit delayed. You know, I always make this one somewhat delayed because everything cannot be in sync because I want some confirmation later. When it's ranging, they are very close to each other. Sometimes they are even touching each other, like this one, like right here. That means there is no price action. You don't need to be trading this. And as soon as there is some movement, and as you can tell, whichever is on top, that's what the move is. So like right here we were short, stealth started rising to show you the price action. And once those two are touching each other, that means there is no trade. Again, when we start going long, it starts bulging out to show you it's all long. So obviously, if you know, let's assume that these dots weren't here before, or these right here, you can tell the very first dot that pops right here, it's telling you that you are all long. And that's all you have to pay attention to. And same thing, you know, for some people who scalp on a daily basis and they use like the 2 minutes. This is a swing chart. When I'm trading, for the most part, I'll either do two type of trading. I'll either do swing or I'll do position trade. This one is a swing chart. It shows you the beginning of the trade right here. And if you stick with it, you always come out on top. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay. The very few times, for example, like right here, it's just ranging. So basically, there is no trade if you're looking at the time. This is 2,300 hours, 22, 2,100. So it's pretty flat. But you know, there's been times where it changed. So look at this. You get into this short, you're getting paid. So this is ranging out. But there's been a few times where it changed briefly on the hour chart. And if you happen to be in that trade, you just have to reverse it very quickly. But you will see Cobra will change right before your eyes as it changes. And here's a 2-minute chart. At the moment, there is nothing going on. These are raw candles. It's just going up and down, up and down. If you look at Cobra on the 2-minute, it's very choppy. It's going up, down, and you don't want to trade that. But the cool thing is that every single time there is a move, Market Force will show you where you are. For example, right here, we were long. You had nothing but yellow candles, but that it was right here shows you that the stop, the short is now gone, and he kept throwing them. And the moment you see your first yellow candle, that means it's all gonna be long. And if you look at it, it was all long, all yellow, and boom. When the long is done, it was a dot at you. This is a stop for you to stop. And also an arrow confirms that you're going short. So this is very simple. It's not complicated. It's just you follow it, you follow it, and it's going to get you where you need to be. If you're trying to get 20, 30 pips a day, if that's the goal, you'll be able to get that. Same thing right here. It shows that you're short. You just stick with it. There, the short is over. You know the stop. So this is if you're scalping, you can sit there, you can go short, long, short, long. So, but if you're looking at those, they're not paying you very much. It's more, to me, I think that's more stressful. I don't even understand why people put themselves to that kind of stress. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I just can't. I only stick to one thing. I'm into two things. Number one, it's either I'm doing swing trades or I'm doing position trades. When I first started trading, that's all I did. I scalp. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be sharp when you're scalping. So for the most part, myself, what I do is I just follow this general right here. The beginning of the hour. On this one, it says it's 11. So it turned, going long, and it's been long ever since. If you go back right here, we were short, we were long here, it was ranging, went short, it stayed short. And everything confirmed. Right here, you have a green candle on high and low. And if you're using the automated system, what's going to happen is with that red line right here, it will show you that basically you have a trade because it already crossed the threshold. It's way big. Alpha, which is an automated system, will get you into this trade. You won't even have to do anything but sit there and watch it get you into the trade. And at that point, depending on what you are programming to do, it will be up to you to get in, get out, and decide exactly what you want out of the trade. So any questions on this at the moment? Any questions? So here I have no questions so far, so I'm going to keep moving forward. Now I want to talk about, like certain move. For example, the EUR/USD. This is what I call, when I'm trading, when I'm teaching, this is, for me, this is more of a, I don't know what I call, this is an art. I don't just come in and get into a trade just for the heck of it. I'd like to know the reason why I'm getting into a trade. For example, the EUR/USD, I always believe every single person, every single trader has to have what I call a money pair. So what that means is you're trading and your currency, there's a currency that you are really, you're very passionate about. For me, the EUR/USD is always, that's the first currency that I learned how to trade on. So I know it quite well. At the moment, it's being traded at 131.96, almost 132. And projection is that it's going to go to 132.50. Then after that, it might start going short. So that's what they're saying. So especially based on the fact that the U.S. news today for home sale was really bad. So it really weakened the dollar. So for some of you guys who are trading, make sure you guys are mindful of that. As far as what news can do to your trade, the indicators are great. They can show you the turn. They can show you exactly where you are. But still, you have to do some homework. You cannot just sit there and say, "Oh, okay, I'm long," and then yet, the news comes out that can change everything. And then it depends on also on the type of news. Home sales, exiting home sales, that's really important. So again, be very careful right here. Like right now, we've been long for quite some time, and I think that we definitely need a breath on the hour. This is a daily chart when you are trading. If it says that you are long, you have to respect that. So anytime you are long, the hour, as you can tell, is going to pay you a lot more than when you are short. The short moves, like right here, that's what you're looking at. It will tend to be, I mean, sometimes they pay you. This one was a pretty big one. I don't know why it was so big, but typically they don't pay you nowhere near as much as when you go into the daily. But I believe this is the USD. The reason it probably pay you so much being short, probably because the weekly is still short. Because I believe the weekly, I don't know, it's still showing that it's short, but I don't know. I'm still gonna stick to this, that the weekly is actually long, but even though it's showing short, so I have to check later and see. But what I'm saying is, what we're looking at right now again is the ocean is it's pointing up a little bit, but it's not straight up. The weekly right here is flat, so it's not very much move to go long in a couple of weeks or so. This is going to turn around if a couple of weeks, maybe in a week, it might even turn and start going short. We're talking about the USD, very conservative currency, very conservative pair. So you can't really expect a bunch of big moves from that, from that one. When you up, when it's going to like 133, you got to start taking short, but you still have to respect the indicators and see what they're telling you. Anytime I get this great idea that I know what I'm doing, that I know better, that I'm smarter in this platform, I always lose. You can't do that. Whatever it tells you, please follow that. If it shows you in the hour you're long, that means you're long. If it says you're short, you're short. And to confirm if you're long, all you have to do is come right here, look at high and low. This is unique for Forex. Very few platforms actually have something that can actually measure the amount of buying or selling pressure. This is extremely unique. When I'm releasing the new version, I'm also going to change Steam. I already have it all done because I haven't wanted to change it because I'm not liking the way it's looking at the moment. But everything lines up. If you look at it, it's the same thing, same concept here. It was a dot. Then the new version, and the way this should be is that as the bars goes in there, once it pierces, that means it's time for that run is done. And the new version, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see that it has pierced, and pricing, you have an arrow going down, it's going to start dropping. So the new version shows that very clearly. In my other version, which is on TradeStation, I had that done. It was perfect. Then when I switched over to the Ninja platform, they were having trouble plotting it correctly. So I finally got that fixed. So you will see the outline. The candles will be inside, and then it will pierce the outer line if it's going long. Then once it does that, you can expect that it will start dropping, and you'll start seeing some short candles. And this is pretty accurate. If you look at the 15 minutes right here, the moment it pierces, you got this arrow. The 15 minutes, once you see one, you don't typically see one candle. Typically, if you see one, you're gonna see two, or at least two or four. Even if it's ranging, there will always be more than one candle. It's just like the hour. I'm a firm believer in that. You don't, if Cobra changes from a short to a long or long to a short, you can expect that there'll be a lot more. This does not change. This isn't a thing that goes up and that goes long short long short. That doesn't happen. So any questions so far? Yes, Ray wants to know, can I set the auto trader for any time frame? Yes, I can set the auto trader for any time frame. It can take trade the 2 minutes, the 15 minutes. Now the way the auto trader works is like this. Let's say the hour is long. It's going to be looking at the hour as the higher time frame. And then if you wanted to take trade using the 2 minute chart, you're gonna set it on the 2 minutes. So you'll be taking trades on the 2 minutes, but looking at, or will be only taking long. So you will have an option to turn off the short, so you won't take short. But that's up to you. And it also can take trades going if you want to scalp. If you're that good, if you think you can handle the stress, it can actually, you can turn off the higher time frame. You can take short and long. Short, long, short, long. You can sit there and take every single thing if you don't turn off the short. But typically, the way I have it set, the way we trade it is this: it's looking at the hour as a higher time frame. If it's long, it's only going to take long. This is why I always tell people: look, if you're going to trade, start at the beginning of the hour. The chances are you're going to get, you're going to be able to achieve what you want, because a lot of people, they're going to wait, like wait here, okay, 10 hours later, and they decide, oh my God, I'm long. Let me start taking some trade long. And then they set it on the 2 minutes on the auto trader. But the problem is now it's beginning to retrace. So even though you're in the 2 minutes, it's taking trade, like right here, for example. Let's see. If you're looking at it, short, long, I mean, the thing is ranging. But a lot of people seem to think that, oh, if just because they see a yellow candle, it's above Cobra, they're going to be getting a bunch of long pips. No, that's not so. Ultimately, the auto trader, its job is to actually help you get in the trade at the very beginning. If you can get in right here, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be successful, especially if you are trading the Euro USD. It's very, it's a very uniform pair. Unlike the Euro Yen that can take a 60, 80, or 90 pip breath, this isn't going to do that. It's going to be very conservative. Its breath will be somewhere around, its pullback will be about 15 pips, 20 pips. So if you happen to be down 15, 20 pips, that's okay. Just wait. It's going to push back up. Especially if you're doing it at 2 minutes, you can expect that it's going to go long, short, long, short. So you just have to stick with it. Do not change it back and forth. Like right here, it's just been ranging. It's like there's nothing we can do about it. That's just the way it is. But it knows if you have really short stops, saying like, okay, when it's ranging, I want to get 2 pips, 3 pips. It can do that for you all day long. But you have to set it. You have to set it like that. Does that answer your question? All right. I like answering questions. It makes me feel like you guys are thinking.